Welcome to the Naked Grumpy Vegan Grandad Show. I'm not really naked. Welcome to the second vlog of my fitness journey. And in the previous video I talked about my calorie deficit, what I've been doing for the year, why I was doing it, a little bit of an interview with Corinne Sutton. You can catch that video there. And this is month 2, February 2020. So for those of you who haven't seen the previous video, for those of you who forgot, what I'm doing, what I have been doing since I filmed Veganville, I have been on a big calorie deficit. As opposed to 2,500 calories, which is average for a man, and I was above that. I have been reduced down to 1,586, I think, for nearly 10 months since, when was it? April, since May last year. And it's been a long, hard journey. I'll show you my journey here. So as you can see, I've gradually lost definition, lost weight, and up until this point, it's been an up and down journey. It's some of those pictures, as you can see, I don't look too happy. Some pictures I look a bit flat, and I did lose weight quite quickly, and there were issues with saggy skin and all that around my stomach, as you saw in the pictures. So yeah, it's been hard, but it's been worth it, because now I've turned the corner. The calories have gone up slightly, because that's what we need to do, and here's the results. So as you can see, I'm looking a little bit more round. The creasing in the stomach here, that's decreased slightly for a couple of reasons. Is that your skin slowly starts going back to stretching back, basically. But I've also been doing a lot of ab work. See, a little bit of abs popping out there. I've also all over body training, so as my back gets bigger, it stretches the skin as well. My chest is looking a little less flat now. I'm not losing any muscle definition. So, you know, I am sort of, you could say re-inflating, couldn't you? Could say re-inflating. I can't see my back, but, so yeah, I'm feeling a lot more happy now. A lot more happy, because it's been a big dent in my male ego, losing all this weight. Bearing in mind I was at my peak nearly 16 stone of solid muscle that was induced by being a dick and using steroids. So I'm coming back to my former self slowly, naturally, and to show everybody that it can be done, even when you're an old bastard like me. So let's go and have a look at the app, and let me explain a few things about what I've been doing. So before we look at the app, let's have a look at the stats from my last weigh-in. So before I was 12 stone 5, I think. 4 weeks ago in January. I think it might was a little bit earlier than that. I'm now 12 stone 8. So I've gained about £3. My BMI is 24.1. And it says I'm 15.4% body fat. Now, I don't really trust this weighing machine at the gym. It's round about there. I think the weight's round about right. But it says that I'm 5'10.5" or something like that, when I'm actually 6'1". And so I think the calculations, I think the body fat might be about right because you use the handles, but I never trust machines and everything, and I go off what I see. But I think the weight's sort of right, but I'm not sure about it. I mean, the BMI at 24.1 is just like, it's just perfect. It should be between, I think it's 22 and 28 for someone my size and age or whatever. But yeah, I haven't piled the pounds on because I'm being careful, and this is what we've got to do. I'm still in calorie deficit. I'm still not on and maintaining calorie count. I should be, like I said, should be 2,500. On my peak days, I'm 2,000 and 2,000 and odd. So I'm not far off it on those days, but we are building back up to that, and I will be going over my calories and bulking in time, but that's got to come yet. So yeah, let's have a look at the app. So here we have MyFitnessPal, and this is a really, really useful little app to have, not only for weight loss or weight gain, it's also a great little tool for looking at what nutrients you're short of or having too much of. Some it doesn't matter, and some it really does, like salt, sodium, for instance. But I paid it. I mean, this is a free app. However, I've paid for the app because if you pay for it, you get some extra features, such as being able to change different goals by day, which is really useful for me, and it also means you can change the input. But before, I was on 1,586 calories a day, and I think that was something like 40% protein, 40% carbs, and 20% fat. And then we changed those around because playing around with different sort of ratios of certain things. But all the time, I made sure I was having enough protein for my body weight, which is so many points, somewhat of a kilo per kilo of body weight. But my personal trainer works all that out for me. Thanks, Corinne. So yeah, it's you need something to track if you're going to do, even if you're going to do weight loss or just weight gain. It's not just for bodybuilding, it's just for general life as well, because I think a lot of you out there don't realize how many calories you have in a day. I bet you don't. You know, it's very hard to judge, but once you start using this app, you get to know them, how many calories are in sort of certain servings of things. I mean, bread's a big surpriser. The amount of fat in nuts, but it's good fats, but the amount of fat in nuts is pretty high, you know. Avocados, good fats for your body. They're high in fats. Legumes, beans, tofu, some of the mock meats, very high in protein, very low in carbs. But this helps you to sort of work it all out. Now, this is on my PC screen. However, I use the app on my phone for most things because it can be at the side of me in the kitchen. Obviously, I can't take my whole PC into the kitchen with me. And on those, there's also a bar scanner, a barcode scanner. So what you do is, like, say I buy something new, let's say some Quorn super burgers, I just made that up. You scan the barcode and it comes up with the protein, fat and carbohydrates. But you've got to be careful with it because it might come up with one serving, and there might be two servings in the packet, or it might come up with 100 grams, but the total of the pack is 240 grams. So you've got to adjust it for that. But anyway, that's by the by. So for nearly a year, I've been on 1,586. I think about 10 months when I said nearly a year. But now, over the last month, Corinne's actually put me on 1,713 calories a day. but I'm also carb cycling, which means if we go to the food section, ignore that 3 kilogram loss, because I've only inputted my weight once, and I don't do that. I do it on Corinne's app, so I do it on a completely different app, record my weights. But this is the calories for today, and what you do is you can add your different foods as you go along. So breakfast, I'll plug in my porridge that I'm doing now. I'll plug that in, and then it will take off the remaining calories, which you can see here. The remaining calories. But carb cycling, because I'm not going to go on too much about this app. If you want this app, MyFitnessPal, download it. There's loads of YouTube videos on how to use it, but it's a very, very useful app if you want to gain weight and you want to lose weight. But you need to buy scales and you need to work out how to use it. So if we go on tomorrow, if you look here now, my calories have gone up to 1,913. This is the day one of the carb cycling, and I do this every 3 days. So it's my carbs that go up, not my protein, because I only need X amount of protein in my body. Increasing my protein won't do anything at the moment. I will just basically poo it out. You know, you've got to take. You can only take so much protein on board, so you've got to do it with other methods. I'm not too well up on it. That's why I've got a personal trainer to help me do this. And then if we look tomorrow, which is the peak of my carb cycling, I'm up to 2,113, and my carbs have gone up to 250. So the next time I do this carb cycling will be, Wednesday will be the peak, so it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then I'll start again on the Sunday, a little bit higher, and then peak. So, and what this is also doing is helping me start eating more food again, because I've been on a calorie deficit for so long. I'm finding it hard to eat more food, and this is why you've got to be so careful when you do a calorie deficit this big. I advise, if people are overweight out there and you guys want to lose weight and you want to use this method, don't go this low unless you've got somebody watching or somebody who knows what they're doing. Do not do it, right? Because you'll end up in trouble and with problems. Yeah, I'm having problems now pushing my appetite back up again, but I know I can do it, and I've got someone watching me. I send measurements over to him. My weight is regularly monitored. My body fat, everything is monitored. But if you guys want to lose weight by calorie deficit, get this app, and if you're a lady, just drop it by 200 or 300 calories a day. So instead of 2,000, just go down to 1,700, something like that. And if you're a guy, go down to about 2,200 and just see how that sits first, you know. But always take medical advice, always speak to somebody. Don't try and do this without advice. That's my advice. Get advice, please. Because you're playing about with your body and you don't want to be doing that blind. You know, this is a tool to help, you know. So that is basically it on this app and what I'm actually doing. So that's the end of my little check-in with my fitness body transformation video. Look out for the next one in March. If you missed the last one, go back and have a look at it, see where I started. And don't forget, save the animals, save the planet, save yourself. Go vegan.